This is what happens when you have kids home from school all day. Good morning. Day 2 of online school for Teagan. It is winter outside again, and it is cold and miserable. As you can see, it's awful. Tiggy's in math class right now. Addie's just hanging out over there. I'm feeling bad for Teagan's teacher. The kids are asking the craziest questions about when they're going to be done and things like that, and they have a schedule, but they're also getting her to help them with fixing computer issues and stuff like that, and it is a little difficult. I feel for her. Just switching to online hasn't been easy, and it just is such a hard process with so many grade 4 students. Are you sleepy still? Yeah. Why? Is it because you were laying on the couch? No. Is it because it's snowing outside again? 2 seconds of love with the kitty. As long as you don't touch her tummy, she can be pretty sweet. Her tail would say otherwise, though. Tick, 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 tick. Tiggy's in LA now, so we're finding other things to do till lunchtime. This morning I started to communicate with Caden's teacher about him working from home. It's something that he's been asking for a while. He's actually been asking since Christmas, and they told me that I was too late, that I couldn't make that decision at that point, that it had to be done earlier in December. So his teacher has worked out a way with me to be able to have him at home starting Monday, due to the fact that the cases are really increasing here and it's a concern. Tiggy is at home right now, so we'll have to figure out what to do about her. Addie's very simple to bring home and have online. We just have to see how all of this works out at this point. When you get terrible weather and you feel like you need comfort food, you dig out a turkey, guys. That's exactly what you do. This is a pretty big one, and I am going to make turkey this weekend. If any of you have been around for very long, you know how much I absolutely love turkey. My poor family eats probably more turkey than most families eat, but they've never said that they're sick of it. So that's good news to me. So we're going to have turkey. I still have boxes of stuffing left over from last holiday, and we didn't have turkey at Easter. So technically, I think we're about due for turkey. It's snowing. It feels like Easter, so why not pretend it is? So while I know what we're having for supper like Sunday night, I have no idea what we're having for supper tonight. So it's time to go and look at my list, figure out what I'm having for supper, pull it out, because it really isn't that long until I need to run over and pick up Cato from his day at school. He only has one more left, and one more day of school left, and then he'll be home with the rest of the kids. A little bit of PE going on. This is perfect. So I decided on canned chicken for supper, trying to figure out exactly what to make with it. Took a little bit of Google work, but I found I'm going to use spaghetti. You're supposed to use fettuccine, so it'll be fettuccine, condensed cream of mushroom soup, some sour cream, mix that together with the canned chicken and the noodles, and put it in a pan and bake it, which sounds like a super simple, warm, yummy supper for a cold day. It's back to snowing again. It's almost time to go get Cato from school, and it's just been kind of a gray day around here. Tiggy's done school, which she's glad for. Now it's time to move on to the chores part of the day and getting the things done that we need to get done before we start supper. Just sitting here waiting to pick Cato up. Things are going to look a lot different next week with no school runs. Nobody in school again. We were really hoping that it wouldn't get to this again, but our government hasn't decided to close the schools. In the city close to us, the junior high and the high schools have been shut down, and they're all online. But out here, they have decided not to do that. And when I emailed Caden's teacher asking if there was a way that we could work this out, he got back to me and informed me that I am not the first parent, that there have been many parents asking the same question. So Caden is not technically online. He is still in class, but he has to do it from home, and he will still have a substantial amount of work, exact same as if he was at school. Whereas every time they've switched to online learning, they've made it a lot lighter and easier for the kids. So we're going to give it a try, see if he can keep up the pace, and see if we can make this work. What else can we do? Like, we have to protect Bailey, number one, but also, like, it's just insane how many cases there are. Our schools and everything was completely shut down at this point last year when there was this many cases, and the new variants are spreading even faster than regular COVID was, and we are concerned. So it seems like the best thing to do, he's been wanting to come home, so it's not like we're forcing him. Addison actually asked to do online also, so she will enjoy it, and hopefully they will be back in school for the end of the year so that they can celebrate with their friends. Who knows what that's going to look like? I believe we're about 9.5 weeks until the end of the school year, so we still have a bit of time to hopefully see some changes in numbers. Caden is home. I realized that I needed to make bread, so I actually have been making bread for a while. I've got it right down to them being in the loaves, in the pans, in the oven, raising. Of course, I probably did it just perfect so that the bread needs to be baking and supper needs to be baking at the exact same time. I have taken that same bread recipe that I made just a couple of vlogs ago, and I have split it into 3 loaves this time instead of 2 because they were ginormous, and I'm going to see how it turns out with it just being in 3 loaves and see also if it goes a little bit further. The other day, Teagan made a sandwich, and after she ate it, that's when the weather was nice, I was outside, she comes out and her eyes are massive. I said to her, was that a big sandwich? And she goes, I could barely finish it. And so maybe slices of bread that are like 8 to 10 inches tall are not ideal for making sandwiches with. I don't know if the camera is picking this up, but we are back to snowing again. So it is currently April 22nd, and we're still getting snow. Thankfully, it's not sticking at the moment, but it's also supposed to snow all weekend. So we are going to have snow regardless of whether or not we want it or whether or not it's spring. The good news is that the weekend is supposed to be snowy, wet, all of that stuff. But if you look at the 2-week forecast, all of the days after that are well above 10 degrees. So that is definitely something to look forward to. Next Wednesday, I believe it is. Yeah, next Wednesday, Teagan is done isolation and she will be able to go outside again, and it will be perfect weather for riding bike, having fun and playing. And her birthday is the day after she's out of isolation, and we're going to have to plan some fun things and get her out there doing something fun to celebrate her 2nd COVID birthday. Are you in Disneyland yet?
No. Get up.
Your baby is sleeping so nicely over there.
I still have to change it. There you go.
They were playing that they were headed to Disneyland. It was so cute. And Teagan had informed Addison that they were going for the whole month of May. Can you imagine going to Disneyland for a month? You can tell that Tiggy doesn't remember. Addison has never been, but like, I know that after 3 days, you are so dead that you don't care if you go on another ride or if your feet ever walk again. So at some point, hopefully they'll get that experience. We have a visitor. I thought you were going to Disneyland. She's so funny. I like your PJs. They're beautiful. Yes. You're just so cute. These are done raising, and I just have to show you. They are so pretty. There is nothing like homemade bread. And I think that this size is going to be a lot better than those 2 ginormous loaves. Now, I haven't baked them yet, so there's still a good chance that they have a lot of rise left in them, and as I bake them, they will go really nuts. Let's hope that it doesn't, and hopefully I figured out this recipe to make it work for our family. This is what happens when you have kids home from school all day. Thank goodness Tiggy is vacuuming, because that's actually making a lot of it look better, but there's stuff everywhere. You see that table over there? It collects everything. This table here is collecting the school stuff, which we need right now. Otherwise, it is just like this everywhere that Addison goes. This is getting serious because she is even keeping score. Who won, Addison? Bedtime snack of breakfast pancakes. Just normal.
Good night.
Did you have a good day?
I know.
Was it fun having Tiggy here today? Yeah. Good.
That's cool.
And tomorrow too.
This will have to.
Tomorrow's Friday. What does that mean?
I get to have a half day.
Half day. But it's also movie night. Clancy's day at the spa. So we're trying to do pizza night either tomorrow night or the next night, and Bailey had a dough recipe that she wants to try. So she is working away in the kitchen here. And this is supposed to age for a while, right?
Yeah.
So it's not even going to be 24 hours if we do it tomorrow. So is Saturday better?
I don't care. It just makes it more bubbly, so we'll get like
Okay.
more of the bubbles and char and stuff.
Is there something special about it?
Not that one, no. That one's literally just flour and water and a little bit of salt.
Okay.
And yeast, but